Unfortunately for most of you, our weed of the week looks all too familiar because your neighbor probably has it, right? It's Canada thistle. It's one of the worst weeds you could possibly get.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time. We're going to get right to the point on this thing. If you've got pastures and you want to get this under control, use Milestone. Don't skimp, don't try to get by cheap. Just use a high rate of Milestone and you can wipe this thing out for good. You can do the same thing in wheat if you're using Wide Match, in corn and soybeans with Roundup. One application of the highest labeled rate in Roundup Ready corn and soybeans may not do it. That's the unfortunate part. You may have to keep coming back, and the reason why is Canada thistle has a great big perennial root system, and what we're trying to do with the Roundup or Milestone or Wide Match is get into that plant and go all through the extensive root system, killing everything along the way. Well, if you don't have a strong enough rate, like in Roundup corn, for example, you can only use 1.5 quarts of 4-pound Roundup in Roundup Ready 2 corn. That probably is not enough to get all the way through that extensive root system. You'll only get part of the way. You may have some regrowth that might come back later, but you know what? At least you set that thing way back going into next year.
The other important tip is don't do tillage in Canada thistle patches. Leave that root system intact so you have a chance to get your herbicide to move all the way through the root system. If you chop it up, you're going to have new shoots popping up all over the place, and you're going to have that many more plants to deal with in the coming years.
And finally, you can do a great job on Canada thistle in the spring. You can do a great job in the fall. Just make sure it's not anywhere around a hard-killing frost. In other words, in the fall, spray well before your first hard-killing frost. In the spring, wait till after you've had your frost dates, and then put a good, strong rate of herbicide on to kill that extensive root system.
Well, Canada thistle is our weed of the week. Don't let it stop you on your farm. That's all the time we have for the weed. We'll be right back with more Ag PhD after this.